Ready? We will begin.
Welcome to the Marla and Dave radio show. This is reality radio with a couple that keeps it real. Current events, pop culture, music, relationships, fitness, the hot topics of the day. Marla and Dave Thomas. This is the Marla and Dave radio show. Real radio.
Welcome to the Marla and Dave show.
Oh, man. Why are we in sync? You know I don't like that. It's all about...
Oh, you're in a cave.
Oh,
look at there.
Oh.
You had effects and everything.
I had a little echo situation.
That's called the Marla and Dave show intro remix.
If you're on Periscope, you can always find me at Marla Talks. And I have to remind the Periscopers that this is a live show, www.ubnradio.com, which is where we expect you to tune on because you can see, hear us participate, go in the chat room. That's it. So I might see you, but I'm not really talking to you. You can just watch me. How about that?
All right, so we got everything working now. We're going to have a great show today. Remember, like what Marla was talking about, you can also call in 323-284-7826. Talk to us. We want to talk to you. We're going to have a lot of fun today.
We're going to find out if Dave has exactly what it takes to be in porn.
Oh, please. I just didn't tell you.
All I know is, all I need to hear is that the checks are in the bank. And whatever else you're doing.
I think it's bags of cash now, so.
Oh, so you don't know what you're talking about, but Suave
no,
is going to unwind that for us
We're
later.
going to get the real. We're going to get the real.
Anyway, welcome to the Marla and Dave show. Today, I have to say thank you to Andrew Van Devin, who gave Marla the magnificent beat. You know, I told him today when he was doing
Andrew? Why do I keep calling him Daniel?
Because you're out of control.
Yeah, see?
Because it's not your makeup or your face being beat. So you can just make up and throw names.
His name isn't Daniel?
His name is Andrew Van Devin.
Oh, man, sorry. Sorry, Daniel. I mean, Andrew.
That's terrible. Anyway, a big shout out because he came through to help me with my makeup, and you can see his work all over the place in the industry. He worked several shows: Basketball Wives, Love and Hip Hop, the Nicole Richie Show, Candid Nicole, all kinds of places, and he just is really obviously good at what he does because I did not look like this when I woke up this morning.
Now while we love Marla's face, her makeup, that's a great thing to talk about. History was made this week in the NBA. Kobe Bryant is gone.
Kobe
is
Bryant.
gone. I thought we were going to get an aw from Tony, some kind of sound effect.
Well, you know what, Dave?
And even more than that, to me, Golden State busted out 73 wins in a season. The best team during the regular season.
Tell me what is
in
your
the history
attraction?
of the NBA.
Talk to me. What is your attraction with that? Why are you so that's your big thing?
You know why I like that? Because previously the record was held by the Bulls, Michael Jordan's Bulls, and they set the paradigm for the way the NBA was played ever since they came along. Golden State has set a new paradigm for a new style of play in the NBA, and they're doing their thing. I like it.
Okay, that's it.
Even though, Kobe, I knew it was going to be a good game. I didn't expect the Lakers to win, and I really didn't expect Kobe to get 60 points. That was pretty amazing.
Well, I also have to say that I was going to talk about the tennis comeback because, for those of you who are just joining us for the first time, David and I have a tennis set-a-thon that's going on, and he was dominating in the beginning of the year. I went away, got my...
Now, what does dominating mean?
That means winning That means winning every set.
Oh, okay.
When I came back...
You don't usually admit that.
No, I do.
Oh, okay.
But when I came back from Hawaii, your domination was done.
Done?
Yeah, done, son.
Okay. What does that mean? That you won every set?
No, we're back to, you hold your own, but I'm telling you, I'm working on the constant pressure on the jugular on the court. And
now, in the chat room, Makisha just said that she doesn't think that you care too much about what's going on in the NBA.
I do care what's going on in the NBA. I don't care at all about Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
I think that he's a phenomenal
Even though
athlete.
you were trying to watch the Laker game more than you were getting mad when I was switching back to Golden State.
I wanted to see. I recognize the historic run over the last 20 years that Kobe has had, but I don't like Kobe's egotistical, self-centered ass.
Remember, we're not quite with the FCC yet, so you
So
can
I
go
just
ahead
didn't
and
say ass.
it.
You know why I'm going to say ass outright? Because ass is also in the Bible. In case you guys didn't know that, it's a term that can be used by heathens and Christians alike. Kobe's ass.
You can say ass on FCC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
FCC
You can say
is
ass
clear
anywhere
for
you
ass.
want to. Right.
Well, there's going to be a lot of words that I'm glad we're not quite going to FCC rules today because, when we open up a conversation with Suave, I'm not sure if we can say vagina when we relate to porn. Do we have to call it?
We
'Cause
we can say vagina.
No, we have to call it. Listen,
You can't say pussy.
You're gonna have to say pussy when you talk about porn.
See how that was bleeped out? You didn't know that was happening, did you?
You're gonna have to use. Nobody who talks about porn says vagina and penis. They use words like pussy and dick. And I mean, I've seen a couple porn back in.
That's called the
back in
wholesome
day.
porno when they say, "Oh, darling, please plunge your penis into my vagina."
I've never heard of an overdub like that. You must have
I
been
wonder
watching
how that one's gonna sell.
the cleavers on porn.
Anyway, so Marla's talking about the tennis comeback. I don't know what she's talking about. She's not really coming back. She has a couple of good games, and the next thing you know, she's all there. Matter of fact, she got mad at me for saying she was a teacher. She was more qualified than me to instruct people on teaching. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Anyway, I have to also say this. Take Six has been on the road. I went with him to Oceanside. They had 2 shows down at a college in Oceanside. Great shows. There's a big tour coming up. Dave, I'll have to keep everybody up to date on what those dates are. But stay tuned for some exciting Marla and Dave shows because we're going to have some surprise co-host, some great guests. And I'm not telling you nothing, zip, zip, zip. You have to show up here and find out how fun the Madhouse is going to be in Dave's absence.
Wow, that makes me feel bad. Anyway, so now that we've gone through all that, Marla, you have down here the Love and Hip Hop Season 3 update. What's going on with that?
There is an update. I am due to the contract I signed. I'm not going to be disclosing anything, but I have formally retired from Season 3. I quit this past week. And there's more to come about the platform that is very necessary for me to pick up, which is very serious, which is why I'm needing to step away and step aside so I can actually bring to light some of the things that I need to bring to light in relationship to mental illness and just some of the things that are going on that require a platform that's very serious.
Now, in the chat room, Sandra Hawkins is saying, Marla, you did a great job keeping them up to date and actually giving them a free show on Periscope. People paid to get to the Take 6 show, but thanks to Marla, they can just watch it for free right on their cell phones.
You're welcome. You're welcome, boo. Tony, before we get out of here, can we have my mood song?
'Cause I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it. Sex in the air, I don't care, I love the smell of it. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but chains and whips excite me. 'Cause I may be
All right, Tony, that's pretty good.
I don't have
kinda
to
like
say
that.
it when Rihanna can say it for me.
I like that. Okay, Tony, you might as well hit me. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I love that song. Anyway, so right quick, Marla, tell them about the selfies station.
We can't go any further without actually telling you. When we talk about the Marla and Dave show, we always want to give you guys opportunities. If you thought you were that person who could not own your own business, think again. I want to talk to you guys about the Selfie Station. The Selfie Station is a small, compact device. You can buy the Selfie Station, and you get paid then to make your business becomes the life of everybody's party. So how cool is it that you can take your device, connect it straight to social media? You can turn any event into a red carpet event. Dave, tell them where.
Well, you can let the Selfie Station be the picture taker, the icebreaker, and your money maker. And when it comes to making money, if you call in immediately after listening to the show, we will give you $500 off the professional package. When you get your own business started, you'll save $500. keep it in the bank. Do whatever you want to. Take someone out to eat. Have some fun. Go to ubnselfie.com and type in the M&D show. That's ubnselfie.com. Type in the M&D show, and we will give you $500 off the professional package. Now we're about to have a great show. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Marla and Dave radio show on the Universal Broadcast Network. Current events, pop culture, the hot topics of the day. It's time for MaD News on the Marla and Dave radio show. Ladies and gentlemen, Marla and Dave.
This is a segment of the MaD News. Our news is always split up into 3 different stories of interest, and they are always categorized in Are You Kidding Me?, which is something generally shocking and or stupid, but it makes you say, are you kidding me? And then there's He Said, She Said, which is usually celebrity gossip or something that relates to, gossip. He said, she said. It is gossip. If you didn't see it, then it's He Said, She Said.
Now, this first story, Are You Kidding Me?, is almost no longer even Are You Kidding Me? Because it's become, almost the thing to do.
It's not the thing to do, Dave. Don't ever say that.
It seems like it. Unfortunately,
Stop it.
Another teacher was caught having sex with her student.
Stop it. It's not the thing to do. It's not the thing to do.
And the crazy thing about it is when she was on her honeymoon, she was taking naked selfies and sending them back to the kid at school.
I'm going to say again.
What the hell?
It is what the hell. It's not the thing to do.
And the first time it happened, we were like, oh my God, this is shocking. The more and more now, you had to look for. I had to look for that story.
But
it
why
wasn't even
is
front page
Here's
news.
what's interesting. I think that these stories are beginning to almost redefine taking advantage of someone, because it's usually the female teacher who's hooking up with the younger male student, as if that's just okay because
because
they're all
if
down with
it was the male teacher hooking up with the 10-year-old young girl, he'd be in jail. You wouldn't hear anything about it.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
Well,
And
that's
to me, it's like some kind of mental illness. It has to be.
it's
I
not
just don't get
mental
it.
illness. What?
Wow, people are calling in already? Yeah, Tony, that's
Tony?
going.
Help us, Tony.
We get a little technical difficulty when the calls are going straight into the radio.
To help me, Tony, help us, help me, Tony. Anyway, are you kidding me?
We just finished that. He said, she said.
I mean, he said, she
Yeah.
said. Was Serena Williams giving twerking lessons?
Yeah. Now, I love Serena. And
I have to say this though. Who would you prefer to have a twerking lesson from, Serena or Miley Cyrus?
well, I'll put it to you this way. As the camera was trying to get a close-up, next thing you know, the camera was gone. That's all I'm saying.
I would have to say.
No, but she was working it out, though.
I'm saying.
I
if
was
you
laughing at first, and I was like, oh, okay.
Right. If
I
you
see what you're working
You can
with.
only imagine that Serena puts down a great twerk. Right? Like, what else could all of that kadunk be for? Seriously. There's only a few people, by the way, that can actually really manage the back. Never mind. I know. My mind is already there. We're talking about porn today. You know, Serena, you got to have some kind of a harness.
You know, I like the fact that Serena actually just went ahead and went there.
You do?
People were kind of dogging her for her body shape and body type, and she just went ahead and went there. I ain't mad at that.
She also did a crip walk when she won one of the major tournaments. She slips it in every now and
She
then.
ain't playing. She is from Compton. She ain't playing.
He said, she said.
That was it.
No. Agree to disagree. Why
Okay.
am I one
And,
thing behind?
You're just a little bit behind.
It's
You
the Skype call.
were a game behind at the tennis set today as well. So.
Whatever, Dave. I'm really mad that I lost today of all days, that we have to come here today right now.
Yep.
And we played like 2 hours ago, so I'm still really salty.
Tony Fontana said he felt the earth shaking when Serena was
That's
giving
hilarious.
her lessons.
The agree to disagree, we talked about Kobe Bryant saying goodbye to the NBA. I personally, what did you guys think about Kobe's farewell speech? Did Kobe's farewell speech suck? I say that it did. I agree that it was a sucky, unemotional, unconnected, disconnected. I hated it.
Well, I mean, he wasn't the guy who cries on the court anyway after a
He
win
did.
or a
I have
loss.
seen him cry.
When he tore his Achilles heel
No,
and actually kept playing. Matter of fact, he
no.
sunk free throws with a ripped up
Yeah,
heel.
he was not
his
when he was
foot hanging
crying.
off.
He cried
Anyway, I will allow this caveat. Now, his speech was great until he tried to make excuses for the last 3 years when he was saying we stuck together. No, Kobe, you charged too much. You couldn't get a team around you, and you lost. So that was the only thing. He could have taken less money and continued to be a winner, but he didn't.
He didn't.
He didn't.
So not only does
outside
his
of that,
speech
he had a good
suck,
speech.
Maybe he sucks a little bit, right?
No. Anyway, that was the MaD News. We're about to get back to the show.
This ain't your mama's radio show. Can you handle the truth? Then get ready for a real radio experience. Ladies and gentlemen, Marla and Dave.
All right, welcome to the Marla and Dave show once again. For everybody's new, people are already calling in. Listen, guys, we have to do our housekeeping before you can just barrage us with conversation. You know what I'm saying? So today, most importantly, our second guest, Misty Stone, has not made it yet into the studio. If she makes it, great. If she doesn't, we're prepared to have a great interview because we have none other than SuaveXXX up in the house. Welcome to the Marla and Dave show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, all week long, Marla's been asking the question and just throwing it around the house. What leads someone to make the decision to become a porn star? Most of us have watched pornography at one point or another in our lives, and today we're going to get the answer to that question and much more. So, Suave, again, welcome. What's going on, man?
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
Now, do you prefer us to call you Suave?
Do you know what his name is?
I read the book, too.
Oh, do not do that. You see what
I was going to say long. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding.
This is why y'all shouldn't write a book.
No, I'm just kidding.
All your personal stuff.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Buy my book if you want to know my real name.
There you go. For
This
now, we're talking to Suave. So what's going on, man?
Suave or Suave. It's all good.
Is it Suave or
Suave?
Suave?
Either one.
All right,
Just
all right.
I
either
think
one.
Suave has more of a like a ding. It's like the ding, the pearl
So
thing on the tooth.
You
Like
call me Suave?
It matches the braids.
There you go. Which it used to be a lot longer. But
There you go.
they're growing back.
All right. So this book, man, for the record, I always believe, and I think that when I met you, and let me give everybody a little background. Nothing in life, in my opinion, and in my journey, is ever an accident. So when I met this gentleman, it was in a very neutral setting, meaning that we were at a restaurant, and we ended up having a conversation. And one thing led to another, and I found out he actually had the book on him, which was pretty legit to me because, to be totally honest with you, Suave, if you had said, yeah,
Right.
You know I got a book.
I used to be a porn star, I'd have been like, yeah, whatever.
Right.
Okay, sure you did. I
I've
know.
gotten that. And now I'm an author? Yeah, sure.
Right.
Yeah, gangster. Okay.
It's like, really? So you have any real on you, huh, buddy? So, yeah. So when I met you, and then just when I started reading the first chapter, immediately I was more than intrigued because I was intrigued by the story of your life. And that's kind of where I want to go because it all the questions that you have. And let me just say this. If you're a person who's watching this show today, always welcome. And we did ask today that it be an audience of 18 and over. And if you're in the chat room and I'm not responding to you, I really apologize. I walked out the house and I did not bring my cord for my computer. So my computer's dead, but anyway, Dave's in the chat room, so he'll be able to answer your
I'm
question.
actually typing with the chatters in the chat room right now. Makisha says she's seen you on the Superhead documentary.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
There you go.
What's up, Keisha?
Okay, so
Yeah.
all right, so
they had to have me in that documentary. They actually, just to update you on that, they had Mr. Marcus on there and they interviewed him. And when they got to the part where when you discovered Superhead, this and that and the third, and he was like, "Oh, hold on, I'm not the guy that discovered Superhead. SuaveXXX is. So if you really want the scoop on how she really got into the industry, you need to contact him." So they contacted me.
So now, what does it mean when you discover somebody?
I discovered the bitch has some super head.
I'm mad. I can't help it. I'm sorry. I can't.
She
Oh,
can't
my
either,
goodness.
apparently. 'Cause,
Oh my God, he
Yeah.
went there.
yeah, it was great.
So okay, so wait, so let me.
So hold on. Before we go any further, we have a
Marla's
call.
still blushing
I
a
know
little.
she is blushing a little bit.
That's pretty funny.
Caller, go ahead. You're on the air with Marla, Dave, and Suave. XXX.
What's up, Suave?
What's up? Who is this?
It's me, your fellow Aries friend,
Okay, what's up? What's up?
Wait, what'd you say your name was?
Diana.
Diana?
Diana, welcome to the Marla and Dave show. Did you?
Diana from Las Vegas?
Oh, so you know people by their area code. You just remember. You
Oh,
just
yeah.
do you remember everybody that you've ever, been
Had
in
sex
contact with and been
Sexually, yeah. If they give me something to remember them by.
Well, Diana, what's your comment or question?
Well, I just want to know, so are you going to be doing porn or getting back into it, or are you still doing it?
Are you asking me to do a scene with you, Diana?
That's exactly what I wanted to know.
So wait, Diana, are you also in the industry of pornography?
A dancer.
Oh, you're a dancer.
Yeah, I've always wanted to change over.
You want to change over.
Yeah.
So you would give up dance for pornography.
I mean,
Or
if
do
it was
both.
with Suave.
So okay, tell us why. Tell us what give me one thing in your experience that makes Suave so memorable for you.
Well, he's like a godfather to it.
A godfather to what?
So he's an OG of porn, is what you're saying.
Like, if I'm gonna do it, I might as well do it right.
All right.
That's right, baby. You fuck up, don't fuck down.
Hilarious.
Excuse my language.
No, it's all. We're not censored.
Oh, okay, cool. So there you go.
So my question is, are you getting back in it?
That's $1 million question. My publicist, everybody asking me that. I don't know if the money is right. I'll probably do something if the money was right. But right now, I'm more focused on my book and trying to get it turned into a movie. But we can practice.
Well, I'll be
Diana.
in the movie.
Well, all right, you can be in the movie. We can practice in the meantime when you come back to
Yeah,
California.
for sure. Yeah, I'm sure you can show me lots of things.
I certainly will, baby.
Okay. Where's the camera? We need a camera right now. What are we doing? We're missing out.
Well, Diana, thanks for calling.
All right, thank you.
All right,
Bye-bye.
sexy.
Okay, so really, are you like this with every woman that you literally?
I love women. Yeah.
So
yeah.
okay, now let's go back to the book.
Okay.
Let's back up.
Now, the funny thing about the book, it didn't have pretty much anything to do with pornography
Till the
very end.
You were able to read it too?
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, I was laughing because this is the first book that Marla has read from beginning to end within a matter of a week and a half?
Or less than that.
Less than that, yeah.
Yeah, maybe a week.
Days.
Yeah, it's been 4 days because he remembers when he actually gave me the book.
Yeah, of course.
So right, yeah, it was just a book, Dave. I only got the book.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on over there in the chat room, but anyway.
You're the one blushing,
in the chat room, Makisha just said, "Oh wow, women just hand Suave ass like that."
Pretty much, Keisha. And if you knew me, you would too, though.
Oh no.
Okay, so really, is this how much of this conversation is just like cocky? Is anybody ever said, "Look, dude, I'm not even feeling this. This isn't even. It's not all that. I'm good. Don't call me back."
Nah.
I mean, would you be real?
Yeah, I would be real. I'd be like, yeah, because I would remember that. I'd be like, damn, that actually has been. Yeah, I would keep it 100.
Okay.
Definitely.
So
But I'm not saying like every time is on like 1,000. You know what I'm saying? You got days where, you got to realize your average man at home they giving their wife sex for like 10 minutes if they lucky.
Right.
Once a month, twice a month. So if my bad day is 30 minutes, then
you're above average.
I'm above
right
average.
there.
Yeah. But I like it's a marathon.
And that's a good question. Is it always? We talk about this just in our relationship. We've had this conversation before. Is the marathon always the better deal?
Yeah.
Sometimes
it's a challenge. I mean, to me, it's a challenge. It's a sport. It's my favorite sport. I got a trophy. It's in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? And it's a sport. Fucking is a sport. Having sex with your woman is a sport, and it starts when you leave the house. You kiss her goodbye. You email her all day. You text her all day. You flirt with her all day. It's called foreplay for you idiots that don't know that. You don't have to just get home and get naked and just grudge fuck your wife because you had a bad day at work. You start off flirting with her from the time you leave her.
Though that's not a bad thing.
Yeah. No, a lot of women love that. Break into the house on the way back in and don't let her see you come in and fuck the shit out of her.
So now you have and again, this is a perfect segue because when you got married, and you're talking about your wife, you were married for years, but when you got married, your first real in-depth, deep relationship, you were 17 and she was 25.
She was 22.
22, okay.
Yeah.
So she was an older woman.
Uh-huh.
She had 2 children.
Mm-hmm.
And
pregnant.
And she was pregnant with yours.
Yeah.
Right. And so you got her pregnant at 17.
Right.
And at that point, she showed up at
Oh,
your
wait, I have another question about that though. Let me interject
what
right
happened
there.
in the book about that?
In the book, it popped out. You basically delivered your own daughter.
Yeah, I did.
So
Yeah,
now
at home.
But what I didn't see in the book is now how did you take care of the cutting of the cord and all the rest of that stuff?
It's in there.
Yeah. I tied it. They told me to take a shoestring and tie it 6 inches from the baby's stomach,
Right.
as tight as I can. And by the time I do that, the paramedics will be there.
Right.
So
Okay.
between fumbling around, trying to find a shoestring, keeping the baby warm, make sure everything is cool, and I tied it, they were bamming at the door.
All right. So
And then when they came
that
in,
was surreal.
they came in, they clipped the other side of the cord where the afterbirth is, and they was like, "You want to cut it?" I was like, "Yeah." And I cut it. It's hard as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a trip.
It's
At
like
the age
it's
of 18,
like gristle.
Yeah, at the age of 18, going through that. I mean,
So even with the experience that you're talking about now,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm really getting, what my point in that question to you is that at what point did you begin to really learn and experience these things? Because I know good and well at 17 years old, you weren't like the sexual Mac. You were married.
I mean, I had an older woman. She had 2 kids already. So
and
she
so
wasn't-
would you say that she
was
taught you
sexually
everything?
experienced. She taught me a lot. She
All right.
taught me. I would say she taught me probably more like stamina.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna get personal with my baby.
No,
mom,
I'm not. Yeah, I
but
hear you.
We would have sex, and then I would come, and then she would tell me, "Don't stop, keep going." And it's like, oh my God, man, y'all know how sensitive it is at that
Right.
point. And I'm like, keep going, like you know what I mean. And she taught me that, and now I can come, stay hard, and keep going. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I mean, yeah. Thanks, baby mama.
So
Yeah.
now let's get back into it because you really only touch on it at the end, and quite frankly, I didn't read maybe the last quarter of the book because Marla was hogging the book the whole time. But
It's a good read.
yeah,
That's for
no,
sure.
it's a very interesting story.
Right, thank you.
So how did you turn the corner into pornography?
Well, me and her were going at it here and there, arguing. I don't like to argue. She's an Aries too, and I ended up leaving the situation from Tennessee, going back to California, and I ended up going to prison. So when I come out of prison, I got out. I was all in shape, and I told her, if we argue one more time, I'm going again. So we tried again when I got out. And then when I got out, we argued probably like 3 weeks after I got out. And I was like, you know what? I'm gone. I packed my bags. I had a chick in the valley waiting for me. I called her. She's like, come to my house. I went to her house and moved in, and that's the porn capital of the world,
Right.
San Fernando Valley.
Right.
And porn found me. You know what I mean? I didn't go looking for porn. I never even seen porn.
And it
My
didn't.
baby
It
mama
seemed
was
like
jealous.
that from what I read, you didn't. The consideration of that at that point. And how old were you at that point? You were in your 20s.
25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And let me say this to
Now,
our listeners.
is that old or young for guys entering?
That's probably old. I mean, it's not old. I mean, these guys. I mean, shit. I'm 44. You got guys 50 still doing it. You know what I mean? But that's not my plan. To be in this industry, you just learning yourself about 25, maybe 30. Probably 19. Them kids, they don't know what's up.
Right.
I didn't know it was up at 25. I didn't know it was like a business like it was.
I have to just say this: that when you read the book, by the time to hear you say, by the time I got to the end of this book, which is pretty much
The beginning of the career.
beginning of your porn career, to say you're 25, I'm exhausted. I was going to say
Yeah,
you have
that's
to
a
be
lot
in
of
it.
experience.
Not even that. Just everything what I learned most importantly was, and which we'll get into, is your life became a life that was really about the hustle.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Your baby's mom came and got you from high school and said, "Hey,
Yeah.
Go to
you
work. It's time to go to work.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
having a baby. I got 2 kids. We got a family to take care of. You need to get a job."
Yeah,
And-
because she was
and-
very jealous. She was very jealous. She seen all the attention I was getting. Because once again, I came from Arizona,
Right.
and I was swole, and I was the biggest dude in my school. And she
Played
seen-
football.
Yeah, she seen all the attention I was getting from the girls, and she walked up on there one time. She saw a crowd of girls around me, and that's when she pulled that stunt. But I mean, it was real. I mean, and I stepped
So she
up to
just
the
walked
plate.
onto the schoolyard and
Well, she
looked.
picked me up from school every day.
Was
I'm
it
sorry.
was
That's
that
funny.
was that a boost to the ego, or was that
Oh, yeah.
embarrassing?
Yeah, because she was one of the hottest chicks in my neighborhood. So, I was the man.
Right.
Anyway,
So So you didn't have any. She just walked in the middle of your crew people and just said, "Yo, I'm pregnant,"
Yeah, I'm pregnant. You need to take care of your responsibilities and get a job. Let's go.
and you just left school.
Yeah, it's my baby. I mean, I was 20. I was 17. She was 22. Yeah, I was whipped, if you was what you want to call it.
Wow. Okay.
So now here's another interesting subject that came up because of the book.
And I moved out of the house. And
Right.
moved in. Yeah. So.
Okay. So again, here's another interesting thing that came out of the book. Another interesting fact. We grew up Seventh-day Adventists. And it seemed like in the book, your grandparents were Seventh-day
Yeah.
Adventists, and you
Yep.
were kind of staying with them for a while.
Yeah. They practically raised me in 7-day Adventist. Every Saturday we get up.
Go to church.
He'll go to the barbershop early, and I'll go to the liquor store, get some search for us and all that, and the routine, and we hop in the car and go to
Wow.
the 7-day Adventist church.
So now,
Right here, by the way, in Los Angeles. So,
Yeah,
Suave, your upbringing, a lot of your stomping grounds
Yeah.
were right here.
but I
Yeah,
mean,
Seventh-day
I was going to
Adventist,
say though,
yeah.
that's an extreme opposite
Departure.
ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
To be Seventh-day Adventist is not only a Christian faith, but it's extremely conservative.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean, it's
extremely.
probably one of the most conservative.
It's right next to it shares principles with Orthodox Judaism, by the way.
and all the way over to pornography. Now, did your family have an issue with that?
Nah, my grandmother, before she passed, she just told me just be safe, make sure I'm safe. I was like, okay, grandma. My cousin that in my book, she's the one that outed me, and like I had only done like probably 3 movies, and they all live in Tennessee. So I'm out here, I'm doing telemarketing still, cause I'm just starting this shit. So I'm like, I call home on my little telemarketing phone, and my cousin was like, "Oh, you doing porno?" And this is my cousin, the one that took my virginity. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
We'll
So
talk
I was-
about that.
Yeah, so I was like, "Shut the hell up! What the hell are you doing watching porn?" She was like, "What are you doing porn?" I was
Wow.
like,
Did you really ask what she
Don't
was
tell
doing
me.
watching porn?
"Yeah." I mean, I had to throw it off somehow. So she was, she outed me.
So you mentioned your cousin, and that also was a pivotal point in the book for me. When we come back, you just alluded to it, but again, all this is written in the book. Losing your virginity to your actual cousin,
Yeah.
and again, that's a very flip the script of what normally happens. It's usually
A guy.
the guy
Yeah.
and the girl. So
Right.
we'll be right back. We'll talk more with SuaveXXX. Don't miss it. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, listen up. Learn something. 26 years of marriage from 2 unique perspectives equals 52 years of relationship experience. It's time for Ask Marla and Dave. Answers to your questions about life, love, and relationship based on Marla and Dave's real life experience. It's about to get real. Ask Marla and Dave.
All right, so this is the portion of the show where you write in and you ask us a question, and we do our best. We're not going to lie to give you our honest opinion. Someone wrote in and said they absolutely want to be sure that they remain anonymous. Well, you're going to be anonymous. You didn't even give us your name, so you have no choice. I have been in a monogamous relationship for the past 3 years. Our sex life has always been great. Over the last 6 months, the sex part has become infrequent and monotonous. My boyfriend is now asking me to agree to a threesome to spice up our sex life. I have the obvious reservations and insecurities with his request, but I'm considering it as an option in an effort to keep him. I would love to hear the pros and cons discussed outside of my own head. So, what say you on an open sexual relationship?
Well, the first thing that jumps out at me, honestly, is she used a word which was insecurity. I think that if you go into something like that, and just off the record of my own moral compass, if you go into something like that and you're insecure, I can only imagine that that's going to toy with you forever. You remember the movie Indecent Proposal? And they agreed, they were madly in love, but he agreed to sell his wife essentially for one night to Robert Redford, Woody Harrelson, and Demi Moore. And from that point on,
That was some real pimping right
just
there.
the questions in their head about what went down, that they agreed to never discuss it and all that, and it eventually eroded their marriage because it's human nature. So I think that you can almost not be. I would say it would be hard to be madly in love with somebody and be willing to share the most intimate part of them. That's not a normal thing. So be very careful in how far do you go and ignore your insecurities to please him.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. To me, just thinking about this logically, first of all, you can't be insecure because then the relationship is gone, like Marla has explained. But to me, I don't even mind shacking up, living together. But if you're in an open relationship, you might as well not say that I'm actually in a relationship if you're going to be banging everybody else. So, we live in the same house and we do what we want to and we hook up from time to time. That's the relationship. I would like
to suggest, if you're watching, which I'm sure you are, that you consider a life of pornography. We want to direct you to SuaveXXX. He might discover someone new. Who knows?
Anyway, that's Ask Marla and Dave. We hope that helped. Anyway, back to the show.
Welcome back to the Marla and Dave radio show. Marla and Dave want to talk to you. Phone lines are open at 323-284-7826. 323-284-7826.
All right, we're going to start off with the caller. Caller, go ahead. You're on the air with Marla, Dave, and SuaveXXX.
Suave.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, this is Chrissy. I'm calling in to send a shout out to my boy, SuaveXXX.
Hi, Christy.
What's up,
Where are you
Christy?
calling from?
Hi. I'm calling from the San Fernando Valley.
Nice. A local girl. That's my home girl.
Yeah.
I probably see you around there some kind of way.
Probably so.
So
you
have
said he SuaveXXX is your homeboy. What's the nature of the relationship?
She's my personal assistant.
I'm actually
okay.
I'm his personal assistant.
Very nice, very nice.
So what tell us one thing that
SuaveXXX is not going to tell us.
Yes.
Give us the inside scoop.
Oh, y'all trying to get me fired.
Well, no.
We give you immunity, my friend.
First of all, we have to
I
ask
bless you.
SuaveXXX if that's okay.
Of course it is.
All right, go ahead.
Can I curse? No.
Yes, you can. You can be you.
Well, he really don't. Well, yeah, he do got secrets, but let me see. I'm trying to see which ones I think I could tell. No,
You searching pretty hard.
I'ma just all the ladies love him.
Okay. Have you ever seen I've actually seen, and I won't get into the details, but I've actually seen Suave's magic unfold right in front of me. I don't know how that happened, but I've witnessed it. But what I want to say is, have you ever seen Suave rejected?
Have I ever seen him what?
Have you ever seen a woman reject him? Have you seen him?
Never. He's so smooth. Never. He's such a, I call him the gentleman of porn.
Okay. That's a good nickname.
So now, as a personal assistant, is the sexual favors off limits in the workplace?
Of course it's off limits. That's like my brother. That's family.
Okay.
Like I've been knowing him over 25 years.
All
Okay.
right.
So,
Cool.
All right.
I mean, he's very handsome. He's attractive. All of that. But yeah, we're family. We're family.
Nice. All right, so then it's confirmed because, like I said, when I met him, he's got a great energy. He definitely, you get that gentle vibe from him. So that's a good thing. So thanks for confirming that.
Yeah, when he be doing venues and shows, and they say, "Oh, I feel so protected by him. When can you bring him back? When can he?" I mean, the ladies just love him. It's like it's ridiculous. I don't know how many friends I done gained just by dealing with them.
Well, thanks for calling us.
All right. Make sure y'all go cop that How I Became the Gangster of Porn.
Absolutely.
Available at Amazon.com, CreateSpace.com.
There you go. I got it.
Thank
I'm
you,
going to make
Chris.
sure everybody gets it for sure because I think it definitely is worth having. It's a good read.
And we're going to put it up on the screen before the show is over. Thanks for calling in and supporting. Thank
All right.
you.
So before we left to the last break, we were talking about, the chapter where you pretty much revealed that you had, you were young, you had only done the bump and grind, and at this point, you were ready to toss up 3 or 4 options. You were trying to hedge your bets to be able to make it, make your first actual intercourse scenario, you're a real sexual encounter,
Right.
and you happen to share that information with your cousin who was visiting, I think, that your grandparents' house at the time or whatever. Everybody went to bed, and you were kind of perplexed, like, I don't really think I know what I'm doing. And she was like, "Boy, let me show you."
Right. I was 14. She was 22.
And so she actually allowed you to have intercourse with her, so she could be sure you were good.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, I have to admit, because Marla was hogging the book, I had to skim through. Was she whispering things in your ear that I guess she thought Jenny might say, or was she saying those things for herself?
Nah, she wasn't saying for herself.
That was like trying to say this is how it might happen if it was the real thing.
She was.
I mean, while it was the
like
real
training.
thing, but yeah.
Yeah, she was basically. Just
She was
saying,
playing
like,
the
this
role.
Is how you put it in? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She was playing a role. Like this. Like she didn't know the girl's name, and then that was all in my head.
Right.
Just because I couldn't fathom that I was doing this with my cousin.
Right.
So I kind of like went out of my head.
Right.
And it was Jenny for me,
Okay.
not my cousin.
Right. So even with that, is that
Wait. I have another question, Marla, before we get off this subject.
I wasn't going
And
anywhere.
moved. Okay, go ahead then.
No, go ahead.
Did that feel? You said you had to go out of your head. Did that kind of have sort of? I don't want to say sort of a taking advantage sexually, because a lot of Marla says all the time, guys can't get raped. But did that have that kind of inappropriate feeling to you? That's why you had to go out of your head? Did it have any lasting emotional effect?
No, because Jenny, she was the one that I really liked.
Okay.
She was the one, the chick that I wanted to lose my virginity to. So when I was doing this, that's what I pictured in my head.
Right.
So it was nothing forced upon and nothing like that. She was doing me a favor. You know what I mean? She showed me where to put it, how to put it in,
Right.
and that's what I did.
Like a live tutorial.
A live tutorial.
And in the book, by the way, they say that was the first pact that I believe you made, that neither one of us ever say a word about this.
Right.
And the next day, it was just like a regular day. They got up, had cereal.
And then
blah,
Suave
blah,
wrote a
blah.
book.
Well,
She took it to her grave.
right, yeah.
Literally.
And so, right, and that was also a very scary moment. And this was his cousin who he did love dearly.
Yeah.
But later, they found out that the boyfriend that she was with later in her life had given her HIV. And she contracted AIDS. It was confirmed. And for a minute there, you were worried, but then I read, you did the math.
Right.
And you were like, okay, this has nothing to do with me. And then you were already sad, but then it was just, deflate.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy because she went into like a deep depression, a drug binge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she looked thick and fine all the way through. Like, it was crazy.
Didn't have the telltale signs.
Nah, not at all. Like, so it was crazy. And she ended up catching some type of case. I forget what kind of case she caught. She ended up dying in prison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So, all right. So with all of that even being said, and I'm glad again, he's just perfect for this interview because he
Misty
segues
is
in.
here. She's on her way into the
Okay.
studio.
Yeah, she
Cool.
is.
Before she gets here, you talked about your cousin catching a case, and throughout this book, two things I learned about you.
Okay.
Thing number one is that you were a hard worker. And I say it that way because it literally changed my perception. I always felt like people who did like street crime were lazy. And I mean, just like, I'd rather just do this than, it's an easy thing. It's whatever. I'll just risk it, and I always felt that they were hopeless. What I really found reading your story is quite the opposite. Matter of fact, you got a job at LAX, a job that had a future. There was always some extenuating circumstance, and in order for you to continue to earn money, you used crime as a stopgap in the interim to literally be able to continue to eat and feed your family or whatever, as you were always looking for another legitimate job, which generally you found.
Yeah.
So I feel like that he had, he has like, if a cat has 9 lives, Suave is on life 8, because several times throughout this book, you were incarcerated.
Definitely.
And
it's part of my life is incarceration. And it's part of the life that had molded me to where I am right now. So can't really regret it.
so did you ever think to yourself, once you went to jail the first time, that to weigh the risk and say, you know what, I know that I could get caught, and that because you also spoke, which was just so poignant to me about the whole I do not want to be back in jail. Right. Never one time in this book did you say, yeah, you know what, I was just gonna go ahead and take the chance. It's gonna be 3 hots and a cot. You were like, no, I'm not feeling that. Yeah. But yet you still committed a crime over and over, and all the time you were caught.
Yeah, not every time though.
I mean, but I'm saying repeatedly.
Yeah, of course. But I was young. There's a lot of times I ran and got away from the police. I didn't want to glorify that.
Right.
For the youngsters that might read the book, because it's not a good thing to break
right.
the law. But there's a lot of stuff that I did that I got away with.
Well, the one thing for sure is when you messed up in Cleveland, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And you actually, to me, that was a stroke of luck. That was a God sin. That he went to the judge, he hired a lawyer, and he was able to do a split sentence, and they let you check in at night and sleep there. They didn't make you stay the weekends. I was like, what in the
That's
hell?
what's called a split sentence, yeah. It's amazing. I never heard of it either. They don't have that shit in California. That's for sure.
So now let's take it back. You said something that triggered a question for me. You said you didn't want to glorify certain parts of your life for youngsters, which to me this is a read that anybody can read, no matter what age. It seems appropriate. Right. But what happens in how different in the industry of pornography is the experience, and we'll ask this again when Misty gets here, is the experience for a man versus the experience for a woman. Now, and as a father, and you have a daughter, you don't mind taking on the onus and saying, yeah, I'm not ashamed that I was a porn star, but would you want your daughter to be a porn star?
Definitely not.
But would you want your stepson to be a porn star?
Definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank God they have their own path. My daughter's a certified nurse. My sons, the 2 that are walking in are the 2 in the book.
Right.
And, he's a barber, and the other one, Herbalife fitness guru.
Okay, very cool.
As you'll see when he walks in.
Right,
very cool.
So so when we talk about the pornography thing, I just got a ton of questions about pornography.
No problem.
Desensitized. When sex becomes your job, are you ever just ho-hum desensitized by the actual act of sex?
No, because when you think about it, I mean, because I speak like this because I've been married. So, as a dude that was married, sex is our job. As a man, sex is your job. Like if you don't take care of home, then
somebody will.
Somebody will. I mean, that's just how it goes. So, my job now, when I do porn to get paid, that's my motivation is money. So, when I do porn and I had a girl, I come home and I really have sex then, because sex on the porn set is not actual. It's whack, y'all. I mean, it's a movie.
I mean, come on. So every man, let's talk.
The scenes that we see is really just edited together. It's not. No.
There's actual scenes, but we can't do full penetration because we have to leave room for the camera. We have to cheat.
You got to have the angle.
You got to have the angle.
So it's not really enjoying yourself having sex. It's making a movie.
Yeah, you might go two-thirds in. At home, you can go balls.
What if you just get rebellious and just like, hi-ya, and just...
I mean, you can do all that. I mean, you can get your little strokes and pumps in to, get your whole thing. But then that's when the sensation builds, too, even more. So then you got to watch that, too.
Because you can't come until they do what? Tell you to?
Until they tell you to. That's the money shot. Don't want to mess that up. Can't come too early. You can't come too late.
So what if you were on a set and you were doing a porn, which you have done, and then you just... You come prematurely, and do you get paid?
I've done that before.
And do they still pay you?
Yeah, because I can still come again. Yeah.
Oh, so if you can't, so your performance
they don't like it. It's not good. So like in the book, the last scene in the book, I did that. My first scene ever.
And that was it. They were mad at you.
They were mad at me and upset. And the dude was like, "Damn, you blew it, man. Like this was your shot. You blew it." I was like, "What? I can still come again. I'm still hard." He was like, "You can come again?" I'm like, "Yeah." They were like, "Go get the girl." So we came back and we finished the scene up.
So you have from the first time you ever did it, is there that uncomfortable, I don't know this person, and this person kind of doesn't know me.
I get butterflies still to this day.
Really?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What's making you? What's the butterfly about?
Yeah, the butterfly is nerves. You know, you're nervous. So I mean, and I don't know this chick, so I drink alcohol. I'll drink some vodka and orange juice, get my mind right and stuff.
So now that brings while Misty's on her way in, but that brings me to another question that they're asking in the chat room. We don't know what your lifestyle is now, but when you were doing porn, are drugs and alcohol just a natural part of the environment?
I mean, you guys seen Boogie Nights?
Yes.
The porn sets are just like that. Drugs everywhere. I mean, if you want it, it's just a matter of what you do and what you want.
Have you ever been involved with somebody who's completely dry, like of any kind of a substance? They just
dry? Or
well, I'm talking about.
You mean
in the lower areas? Dry?
No, I'm talking about not vaginal.
They don't do drugs or alcohol.
Yeah, they just they
Oh, yeah.
completely sober.
Oh, yeah. There's girls that are completely sober, definitely. But then I thought, I've had chicks that were completely unconscious, and like, there's the girl you're working with. I'm like,
what do you mean unconscious?
Like passed out.
The fuck out on her back, couch, leg hanging off, one arm hanging off. I'm like, I can't work with this chick, man. What the hell?
So how does that work? Hey, how you doing? Come on in.
Those
Come
chairs,
on in.
Those chairs from
Yeah.
So
We got Misty joining us, and wait a minute. Are these bodyguards?
I think they are today. Yes.
I feel like I know you guys. Go, have a seat.
Wait, did we find out that somebody's having a birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Happy birthday.
Aries,
How are you, Marla? Okay, so we're just getting into the set and the actual doing porn and the environment. And Suave was just saying that he at one point was asked to be involved with somebody who was completely passed out.
Oh wow.
So how important and are you? And by the way, we want to pull that straight up. We want to welcome Misty. By the way.
Well, hello everybody.
Hey.
So let me ask you this: are you currently in the business of pornography?
I am an active performer. Yes.
Okay.
I am an active performer.
Okay. All right. So is that the proper way to do?
She just performed yesterday.
I did actually. I just worked for Naughty America. Shout out to Naughty America. Thank you.
What Naughty America, is that like a production?
It is. It's
Okay.
a production
Big
company,
one.
a very big production company in particular. Now they've just moved to Vegas because we're having some issues with just
Protection.
yes, protection, and whether or not they want us to use condoms, and there's a law against it, and so forth and so on. But I believe that we pled our case, and I think that it's a go.
So what do you got? What do you say? Yes for condoms or no for condoms?
In my opinion, I thought that it was a great idea, but now that I'm hearing what my friends are saying and just the whole stipulation of the extent of what they want us to do as far as, wearing dental dams and masks and
Masks?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was just a little outrageous. I thought that it was just to protect everybody because I've been here in the industry about 11 years now.
Okay.
So a lot of the young ladies that are coming into the industry are not as, in my opinion, they don't take it as seriously.
Right.
So they're doing these things that we're doing on camera and we're protected to do, but they're doing them with their friends or their boyfriends or whoever they meet in the club that night. And then they come back to set with that test that's supposed to say that they was good. But last night,
I get what you're saying.
So
Right,
the
right,
test
right.
predates what their actual experiences are.
so I just have no time for that. So that's why I felt like, okay, yes, on condoms, but they're just taking it to another extent. So
Wow. Well, I mean, you can't. If the goal is to actually, the point is that it looks real. I mean, in other words, you want a real
Exactly.
experience. Even though, let me just throw this out here. What's about to happen right here? No, I'm just kidding. let me just let me throw this out here right quick. I personally have never been a person that was into porn, and the reason why, and when we were younger, we would rent, and I just wanted to see how extreme it could go. So I was like, what happens with the, like, you're looking for the crazy porn? Like, I would, and matter of fact, we actually have a funny story that we may tell later, but for me, it was the overdubbing and all of that just made it feel so unreal. You're talking about a condom. I'm just talking about the dubbing and
the whole quality of the videos back in the day was kind of whack.
I'm like, okay, really? Seriously?
It was like a Bruce Lee movie,
it's like, like the sound goes later, the sex happens, and then you had to.
So, Misty, we were asking Suave what the difference in the experience for a male performer and a female performer. When we come back from the next break, we're going to get into that.
Let's do it.
All right.
It's time for the Marla and Dave Doghouse. Marla has something that should put Dave in the doghouse. Dave has something that should put Marla in the doghouse. You decide who gets a biscuit and who gets busted and ends up in the doghouse.
All right, so I keep saying every week that Marla's very hypocritical.
Oh, my
She wants me to
God.
drive like a straight chauffeur, 20 miles an hour. Make sure she's comfortable. And I keep saying Marla's a wild person when she drives. And today I had the proof. Tony, please play the video.
The hell ever.
Yeah, there's no sound there because I had to sneak. But at the same time, I had to catch Marla driving with her knees while she was texting in traffic.
Because I am a
Busted.
professional multitasker. You're a man. You can only do one thing at a time. You're welcome.
I'm actually lucky to be alive with you as a driver.
Everything I do only puts the passenger at risk.
Anyway, see
It's
what I mean?
calculated.
See what I mean? See what I mean, guys? Marla goes in the doghouse not just for the infraction, but also for making an excuse for it.
It's just whatever. You know what? Today I have to say that was pretty funny, but I will tell you this. I'm going to walk into the doghouse this week.
Nice.
But the next time you see Dave, it's going to be on and popping because the person in our family who does not want to be filmed around the clock is him, and it's on. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to
I already
sleep.
can't go to sleep. There's a camera under my covers.
Don't go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I pretty much can't. There's a camera in the toilet. Anyway, that's another story. So that's why Marla belongs in the doghouse. And she
ahead.
walked in. Thank you, Marla. Back to the show.
I am.
What's the action?
You'll laugh. You'll learn. You'll learn. You'll get mad.
Shut up!
You'll get happy. But you won't be bored. This is the Marla and Dave radio show on the Universal Broadcast Network.
All right, so we're glad that Misty has joined the conversation, and we asked the question for Suave, and we didn't really get into the answer because we had to go to a bunch of breaks. What, in you guys' experience, let's discuss the difference between the male performer experience and the female performer experience.
Who first?
Misty.
Either way.
I want to hear from
Yeah, let's
Misty
hear
first.
Misty.
You do? Okay. You want to know my perspective?
Is there equality, according to you?
No, absolutely not. I don't feel like as Black women in this industry, it's just very difficult for us to get showcases. And when I say a showcase, it means a movie in particular where you have all scenes of all you, and you're the superstar, and it's just like all
It's
about
your
you.
experience
Yeah, it's
as
just,
you go through different.
well, no, it's just a movie with all you.
Mm-hmm.
Every single scene is all you, and you're the superstar of the movie. A lot of African American women in the industry just don't get that opportunity. I've been in the industry 11 years, and I have one showcase movie in
Wow.
particular. So, and I'm pretty sure some of the new starlets that have just come out have 3 or 4 of them. And
Now, are you saying
that about-
because they're Caucasian, because they're white?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It just goes down like that for some odd apparent reason. But
So
She
now,
said
what about
odd
guys?
apparent.
Are there
Yeah.
guys that have that are the feature for the whole movie?
no, that just doesn't happen. Not real. Well,
No,
now
really.
they'll no.
I'm talking
no.
heterosexual.
No,
There's been a
pornography.
couple.
I mean, they'll
Mr.
use.
Marcus reverse gangbang.
Yeah,
Probably
they'll-
like the closest one.
Yeah, Rob Piper did one of those too,
Yeah.
where there was a bunch of girls, but not very often do they do that for the males.
So is that
but
now?
don't
Does
women
that
get-
mean that the women are like the stars of the
yeah.
of the movie?
That's what sells
yeah.
the movie.
But
Okay. Do they get paid more than guys?
That's what I was
Of
going to
course.
say. That's
Yeah,
yeah.
double.
triple.
Trouble.
That-
Wow.
But
So
she had to
there's-
rub it in. I said, no. All right, hold on.
There you go. There's
Sorry.
one place that women make more money than men, and rightfully so.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So does being being in this industry of an adult entertainment, does that play on you with relationships outside?
Oh my goodness, yes. I haven't.
So do you have anybody in your life that's just strong enough to say, you know what, this is what she does?
No.
No man is gonna just so does that really keep you from having?
A real relationship
Yeah.
in particular, yes. It's been about 3 years, I think, in particular, that I've been in a real relationship with a young gentleman. And honestly, I think at this point, I feel like I'm going to veer more towards dating an adult film star because we're in the same industry. They're going to understand and we'll get it. It's just hard to date. I'm sorry to say this word, but a civilian. It's just very difficult. You guys don't.
All right,
understand.
we have a caller on the line. Caller, you're on with Marla, Dave, Misty, and SuaveXXX.
What's going on?
What's up? What's your name and where you're calling from?
I'm calling from Tennessee. What's up, Triple X?
All
What's
right.
up? What's up, cousin?
Is that family in the house?
Sound like my cousin Avery.
What's family?
What's up, Avery? What's going on, man?
Hi, Avery.
What's up, man?
You already know Suave, but you're just meeting Marla and Dave. And are you just meeting Misty?
I think so.
Yeah?
I believe so.
Well, hello there.
What's happening?
You been listening to the whole show?
No, man. I just got on. I saw you on the book.
Oh, okay, for sure.
So here's a question I have. What do you think about your cousin's life in pornography? Is that something that's intriguing, or is that something that you would steer him away from? Or is it just who he is?
Oh, man, listen. It's just who he is. I mean, it's been that way, I guess, 20 plus years, right?
Yeah.
So
like that.
Are you a big cousin
Close
or a
to
little
it.
cousin?
I'm a little cousin.
So do you look up to him and go, man, I wish I was, man, dude, you the man.
I mean, when I was younger, yeah, for sure.
He married now. He got kids. He married with kids.
Hey, when I was younger, I did, man. I was like, man, matter of fact, I used to ask him, man, how can I get in the industry? But I stayed in too much trouble, so, when I was younger anyway, so, I never did dive into it.
All right. Well, do you have a question for anybody, or we just wanted to call and give a shout out?
Man, I just wanted to call and give a shout out to Big Cuz over there.
I love it. I love it.
And, huh?
No, I said that's good. We love it.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be sending you some gear soon too, man. I want you to wear it, man.
All right, cuz I got you, money. Appreciate it. Thanks for calling.
All right.
All right, nice to
Was it
meet you,
Dave
Avery.
and who?
Dave and Marla. Oh man, Avery.
Dave and
Now you
Marla.
messed
That's
up.
what's
It's
up,
actually
Dave.
Marla and Dave.
Avery. It's actually the Marla and Dave show. Okay, this is
Marla
all about
and
the
Dave.
Misty
I
Marla.
just remember
money.
the day was easy to remember,
See?
right?
See?
So that's what that's where it came from. So Marla and Dave.
There we
That's
go.
what's up.
It's
Thanks
nice
for
to
calling
meet
the
you. Thanks
show.
for calling
All
us. So obviously, so what would you say would be the longevity that you can enjoy? You said 11 years, and to be totally honest with you, you look like you're.
Well, thank you.
She does.
Like 13.
She does. She looks
you.
really young. You look great.
I encourage a lot of the girls in the industry that are starting out to look forward to doing things that will help them make money while they're not on the camera. So when, your time is played out and you don't want to work as much and you're just a little tired of, sitting on it all the time, I have a toy out, in particular, a fleshlight, all 3 orifices of my body parts, can I say curse words?
You can say
You
anything
can say
you
anything
like.
you want to.
My ass, my pussy, and my mouth. And then I also am coming out with a doll in particular.
Wait a minute.
A lifestyle.
All in one.
No, they're
no.
all
Okay.
they're 3 different
3 ways.
glasses.
Either way you go.
Maybe we'll have to bring you one, Marla. We'll have to-
I was going to, but I was rushing. I was having a hard time coming out the house, but I did bring a few goodies for
Okay.
you guys.
Okay.
So I just try to encourage the girls to do things like that because this is what's going to make money for you while you're sleeping, and then later on you can say that you didn't do this for nothing.
Well, hold on.
So
They missed the part. She has a life-size doll
I do.
No, I didn't miss
coming
it.
out of her.
It is coming out.
Coming out.
It is coming out.
Now, is that
size. It's
with,
amazing.
are you like a contracted with Naughty America, or are you
No.
contract with anyone in particular?
There's no black girls contracted.
Wow,
no,
really?
not at all.
These
No.
days.
No
You
contract.
missed. Yeah, that's what she. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
There's not the same
Used
things
to be.
going on.
Used to
But
be.
one thing that I've noticed that's different lately about the male and the female, I've noticed that a lot of the girls aren't working, but the guys are working like crazy right now.
A lot of black guys are working 'cause they want interracial.
Man.
They want interracial
They don't
black
want
black
us.
on white.
Now, is that because
They
back
want
in the
that
day, the
BBC.
interracial scenes really weren't that popular because
It
the
was
public didn't really think that was a good thing to do?
That and then the white girl for some reason do more of anal. They more gun ho with the anal, and they want anal. They want.
Well,
So what are your boundaries? Let me ask that question. Do you have a boundary? Is there something
They're
that
called
either
do's
of
and
you?
don'ts or
What are the
no's.
do's and what's your hell no?
my hell no is I don't do anal. I've been in this industry. That's like one of the number one things they make the girls do. Like you have to do anal if you're going to be a superstar. I'm a superstar and I didn't
bullshit.
do any anal. So there's only 2 of us, honestly, me and Roxy.
Yeah.
Everybody else done did it.
But
Really.
what is the reason why you won't do it?
I just don't care for it in my personal life. It's something that I don't want to do.
Just don't want to do it.
I don't like it. I don't get any pleasure from it.
Right.
If I do, I want to be extremely drunk.
Well, that's
And I
easy.
can't do that on a camera. I can't look like a fucking cartoon character on camera. I have to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. So, in my opinion, it's not something that I want to do on camera.
Is there somebody? Can you turn down? Can either
yeah.
either of you
We
say
call it don't list.
No list.
No
yeah,
list.
that no, I'm not. Jimmy and I, no.
Yeah.
That's a no.
We'll come back to that, but Suave, you haven't answered the question from the male perspective yet. What do you think are the differences?
The differences for us is that we're just a prop. You know what I mean? We're just a prop. They want a hard dick penetrating the pussy, the ass, or the mouth. And that's all they want us for. That's why, till recently, they didn't even show male performers. You wouldn't know who these guys are back in the late 90s.
They only show like below the neck.
That's it. You catch a
Wow.
tattoo, like, oh, that's weed. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, it's me. Look.
Yeah.
All right, we have another caller on right now. Caller, you're on with Marla, Dave, Suave, and Misty. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Hi, Suave. It's DeJour.
What's up, DeJour, baby? How are you?
What? I'm good. I miss you. Hi, Misty.
I miss you too,
Well,
baby.
hello, baby. How are you? Long time no fucking see.
I know.
Which
I
one?
Ooh, girl, we're
Let
so
me see.
fine ass. Sweet, how was everybody?
Oh, we great.
Okay.
We great. Now I'm picturing your body right now.
Wait, so is she a performer as well?
She used to be.
She's an
Okay.
entertainer. Definitely.
Yes,
Adult
I am
entertainer.
entertainer.
That's,
Yeah.
so is that
She's a
the
dancer.
political? Is that the political?
Well, entertainment, an adult entertainment, I mean, you got strippers.
Yeah, you have dancers.
Oh, okay.
you know,
Okay.
Strippers, hoes, and porn stars.
Oh
It's
my
basically
goodness,
the
that's
same.
what
thing.
Right, you know what it is.
We all the
Strippers,
same.
hoes, and porn stars. Oh my goodness.
I'm a personal porn star. At home, you text me. You text
Oh,
me
yeah.
flying up
Oh,
the wall,
yeah.
smacking them cheeks.
Oh, yeah. Me and Misty gonna come out there and play with that ass. too.
Insane. I love
Me
it.
too. No, you know what's so crazy? I just started squirting the whole lot, so I want to
You started squirting? Oh, okay. That's
Yes,
what's
no,
up.
like back to back though. I'm excited about it.
Nice. I'm about to come check that out.
That's a very nice talent, young lady.
Yeah, I might come out there this weekend for Coachella and I'm gonna stop by. You still got that bungalow for me,
Right. You right, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. What's up?
Shut up, Suave. You want to come over here?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. You guys can't. There's no phone
Sorry,
sex
so
on the
what
Marla
you
and
This is
Dave
just a
show.
straight up
Too late.
hookup on the line right here.
Too late.
We've heard enough.
Thank you for
Thanks
calling.
for calling.
Bye.
I love you guys.
Love
you
you too,
too.
baby.
So in the chat
You know,
room, they're
wait.
saying that it must be
You
a
got
very small.
fans.
It must be a very small world.
I'm
The,
about
the industry.
Dave,
She lives way in Palm Springs.
I got an idea. What if we just put a GoPro on them and just send them out?
Send
That's,
them
one
out.
way,
GoPro
that's one way
porn.
to be the feature.
Just send them out.
GoPro
did that.
porn, right? Okay, okay.
In
Just
my
sit
life,
out
yeah,
there.
you never know what the hell you're gonna be on that
Oh,
camera.
I know.
You just-
I know. I kind of got an idea how your life goes.
Especially me and Misty together.
So now, Misty, we were asking. Well, Suave, let me let you finish where we were
Okay.
before I cut you off with the caller.
I mean, basically, yeah, we just a prop. They just want us to perform, stay hard, and come when they want us to come.
So does that mean that or you say that the guys don't make the equal money per shot? Now, does it mean that the guy has to come to work like 12 hours a day to just catch up, or is that not going to happen
That's a
anyway?
bad
Yeah, how
day.
long
That's
are
a
you
bad
That's
day.
a bad day.
We stay on set for hours.
I
They
was
get
gonna
to come at the
say.
end of the
I was
set.
gonna say. What? Tell me what the length of an actual day's work a shoot would be for you, Misty.
Well, it depends.
time-wise.
It
9 o'clock a.m. call time
well,
for makeup.
sometimes,
Right.
because if I get there on time. It depends on if it's a feature or an actual gonzo. Gonzo is like a wham bam, thank you ma'am type of scene. It's like where you show up and you're just gonna do the scene and that's it. A feature in particular, you have to have dialogue. They have to set up for this scene and that scene. It's kind of like really shooting a movie.
Right.
So those are sometimes 13-hour sets. Sometimes you could be on set till 6 a.m. It's really ridiculous.
The money's better though.
Well,
Bigger company.
And that's the worst with 6 a.m. I would say 2 a.m. You could be on set till like 2 a.m.
Well, hold
I
on. We
hate
got
to
another phone
interrupt. There's
call.
another phone call.
Okay.
Hi, you're on the Marla and Dave show.
What up, Suave? It's Bo. What's good, man?
What's up, man? What's going on?
Hey, Bo. Welcome to the Marla and Dave show. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Pop Desert. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what's
Just
up?
chilling, showing some love.
Yeah, what's going on, man? You good?
You know I'm good. I'm chilling like a villain looking at the ceiling. You know how I get down.
That's right.
Is it Coachella out there or something? Why is everybody out there?
Yeah, Coach.
Yeah.
It just
It's
ended.
Coachella.
No, there's next weekend too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's hecka popping out here. Coachella's where it's at right now.
Well, how
So,
come we
you
didn't
know,
get
we're
an
out here.
invite?
with
Bo.
And Bo, if you're
Misty's
not
asking
watching
questions.
Misty, she also has her arms crossed. I think this is serious.
She's mad
for
at
her.
you, Bo. So
Why didn't Misty get an invite?
have
Is the
to make it
question
up
you're
to
going to
her.
have to answer that question. Why? Why? Why?
Tell me why, Bo.
Why didn't Misty get an invite? We want to know why.
Misty, you got an invite. It's nothing but a word. What you mean?
What you
already
mean?
know what it
You're
is.
very sweet, baby. Well, make sure you
It
take
is
lots of
nothing
pictures.
But a word.
All right. Well, thanks for calling us.
All right, Bo,
Oh,
stay
you're
up, my nigga.
welcome. Anytime. All right, Suave, Misty.
Bye, Bo.
All right. So you said that. So Wham Bam Thank You Man versus setting up like a film.
The Gonzos versus the feature films.
Script or no script?
Yeah, script or no script in
Gonzo,
particular.
you can look at the cameras and talk shit.
Okay.
Why are you fucking?
There's no
Okay.
script for the Gonzo, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
you
so
just
you
let
just
it
go
roll.
for it.
Yeah.
There's no nothing. There's
And
like,
most of the time, in particular, the girls have to be there a lot earlier because we have to do pretty girls. Pretty girls is like the pictures that we take for the photos. I mean, for the box covers, or just photos for cable TV or whatever the case they're going to use those for. In particular, we have to do our strip tease or whatever the case. It's like a little tease that we do for the camera before the.
Well, I have a question for you right quick.
Yeah.
Today when I was having my makeup done, because we do Periscope constantly because of the show, and someone wanted me to ask you, is there genital makeup involved? Is there vaginal, like if you're going to do a...
Body makeup?
Yeah. Do they?
Body
Sometimes
makeup.
only one particular or two particular scenes I did where I was dressed up in like a lot of gold. I was doing like a gold member Beyonce thing.
Right.
And then and they had to paint my pussy. And I did Avatar where I was the princess. And so I was in all prosthetics and all blue makeup. So they literally had to paint our pussies blue. And the balls too. So they literally had blue balls.
Some kind of way I knew that was going to come up. Okay, so now let's take a little turn right quick. There was a person, I can't remember her name, but she was an ex-porn star, and she was saying that
Linda Lovelace.
No. I don't think it was Linda Lovelace. I mean, that's like
Yeah,
a
well, I
long
shot
time.
it. Hey, man.
that's like 79.
I'm just saying. I'm an older woman.
I don't
No,
There it is.
but she was saying that the conditions on set for women are almost like unbearable. Like they were going through things, and it was basically just being abused.
Yeah.
But you don't seem like you
I
would
guess-
share that.
Well, I must have had a better experience. Sometimes girls go through just really crazy experiences. They meet the wrong people and, they abuse them or they take advantage of them. They take their money. We have what you call a suitcase pimp in this industry. And that's our agents. Our agents are suitcase pimps because all they do is rape you and take all of your fucking money. So a lot of the girls
All
don't
agents,
know.
or you're saying just the bad ones?
A lot of them in particular, not just the bad ones, all of them.
Right.
They
How
want to
good can
take,
a porn agent be?
they want to take money from the.
Have you had that experience?
I've had experiences where I've gotten taken for my money in particular, yes, but I stand up for myself. I'm an angry black woman, so I've had different experiences. A lot of the girls, they don't know how to stand up for themselves, or they don't have the resources to know who to talk to help them, in those particular cases. So I just kind of had a better experience.
And I think in particular, she was saying now, for you probably wouldn't have this experience because you said anal's not your thing.
Yeah.
But she was saying that
Oh,
when they're forced to do anal, it gets ugly.
It gets
It can
very ugly.
get ugly, I would say.
Oh, I've seen some shit. I've had it.
Literally.
Yeah.
I've seen some shit literally.
We had
But I
a
ain't no-
violation of a young lady, and honestly, it was worse with the girls opposed to the guys. If you have a violation with girls, be afraid of the girls more than the guys doing a gangbang with you, because the girls, they're insane. They like want to rip
aggressive as hell.
your holes apart. Like they asked me to stick a baseball bat in this girl's ass, and it was it was one of those scenes that I probably will never do again. But
Did you do it?
I did it. She wanted me to do it in particular because the
She
other
knew she
girl,
wasn't going to try to. You weren't going to hurt her.
and I would make it look like I was doing it, but.
Now, when we come back,
did the
Strawberry, we're
baseball
going to ask
bat
you
have a knob, or
to,
was it like a normal?
to kind of expound on that as well, because you said you've seen some stuff as well. So anyway, while we're having a great conversation with Misty and Suave, we will be right back with the Marla and Dave Show.
It's time to play the Marla and Dave Love Game. Here are Marla and Dave to explain how it works.
The MaD Love Game is a game that was created by Marla and me. It features the 3 categories of a relationship. that most couples go through. Communication, finance, and sex is played by rolling a single die. The die has those categories on it, as well as the MaD logo. And if you land on the MaD logo, it's wild. And you can
Dave's
choose
going to
anything
encourage you to
want.
pick sex.
Usually I have to say most people choose sex, but I'm pretty sure I don't have to say that today. Anyway, I'm going to pass this down to Misty if you don't mind, Suave. Ladies first.
Okay.
Please roll the dice.
Let it be wild.
Oh, it's what?
It's sex.
It's
It's
duh,
sex.
It's just automatic.
That looks
That's
like a
male
penthouse
and male
logo.
and
So we have
male
sex
and
right here,
female.
right now?
No. We don't want to see it. We don't want to see it. No.
I can make all the
People,
noises
it's about
for
the
them.
people. They want to see it, don't you?
All right, so this is going to be an interesting question as we have professional performers here today. The question is, on average, how long does the act of intercourse actually last?
On set?
By the way,
Just
Is
on
this
average.
at home? Is this
at home.
This is on average.
And
We'll
these-
let you get the
these
professional
answers,
answer.
These answers have been,
So
they
if
come to us from
our experiences?
well, it's average in the world. So PEW
30
Research
minutes.
Center.
Oh, average in the world.
It's
Yeah.
average.
I say 30 minutes.
Yeah, remember I said 30 minutes earlier?
Yeah.
That's a bad day for me.
So
Slow down.
the official answer comes from the Pew Research Center, and they do research around the country. But so
30 minutes, final answer.
30 minutes is Missy's final answer. Suave?
I concur.
30. Okay,
I
so
agree.
so that might be the professional answer.
Oh, shit.
The average
That was
answer
the
is
politically
exactly
correct.
that.
What Misty's got
15
it,
minutes.
15.
Yeah.
So
So
Ain't that a mess?
the fun.
I told you,
That
with
is
porn
a
stars,
mess.
you gotta double that. I told
It's
you.
just a
We're
mess.
talking about average people,
I told you. I
Suave.
told you earlier. Average dude's 10 minutes.
Well, then,
once a
you
month,
put them, then
twice a
why'd
month.
you say 30?
Because
the
she
point?
had said it first.
Misty said, "What's the point?" So
You
the
going
fun thing
against her
about
crazy
the
ass.
fun thing about the MaD Love game is that when you're playing with a bunch of your friends, there's questions that for further discussions that keep the question going. So the
okay.
further discussion question is this: does marathon or extremely long sexual experiences enhance the experience?
Well, yeah, practice makes perfect, but I don't want to go on a marathon.
See?
Now, what do
there
you-
it
what
is.
would-
That's, did I not say that?
Now, what would you
Sometimes.
consider a marathon?
I don't want to go over an hour. I think that's a marathon. I think that's really ridiculous.
See, I told you.
I just
So,
think it's
well, you know
ridiculous.
what? Yeah.
But see-
Sometimes.
Suave, what do you have to say about that?
I say bullshit to Misty because
Okay, well, if I suck your dick for 30 minutes and then we have sex
Okay.
for 30 minutes, that's different.
okay, and then we take a 15-minute break. After a 15-minute break, then what happens?
Okay,
we
well-
start back over. Right. So
So have you guys ever been in a scene together?
We have not.
and she actually asked me to do one last time we
He's
had
scared.
sex. But
He said no.
I don't
Fuck
know if
out
he's
of
ready
there.
to come back, but I would love to. I think it'd be great. And he's like one of those guys that he can come over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Oh.
I tried to tell them that earlier.
One
They
more
thought I
over.
was
One
bullshit.
more.
And over.
They probably thought I was bullshit.
No, the one thing I know about you, man,
Mm-hmm.
this right here tells me that if there's anything in this world that you are, and
You don't mind sharing
No,
it.
no, what you aren't is a liar. So the book, here it is again, so you guys can see,
Yeah.
Suave XXX. How I Became the Gangster of Porn. I've read it from cover to cover. I suggest you get it and read it from cover to
All
cover.
right, we have time for one more roll. Suave, hook us
Oh,
up.
I get the wrong.
Roll it.
I'm left-handed. Here we go.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Lose a turn. Oh,
It hit
Suave.
the ca- it hit the
Okay,
cable.
try it again.
All right,
Try it
you,
again.
you get to go over and over and over and over and over.
That's what I do.
It's money.
You
Who
get
pays
money?
me?
Okay, he got.
Now, we get a money question.
Okay,
Alright,
so
you
here
get
we go.
money?
Here you go.
I'll come to your show all the time.
Right?
Right.
Me too.
All right,
If
so
that was the
here's
case.
this. What is the percentage of couples who sign a prenup agreement before they get married? Your choices are 5 to 10%, 20 to 30%, or 40 to 50%.
40 to 50.
That's what you really think,
No,
Suave?
I don't think so because
I mean, I ain't signing no prenup, and I ain't gonna ask my girl to sign one.
Misty, what do you think?
what was the percentage again?
5
You're
to 10.
either 5 to 10, 20 to 30, or 40 to 50.
I would say 5 to 10
These are the average.
This is just the real
because
thing.
a lot of women
Yeah.
don't care to hear about a fucking prenup. So I think it's a hard thing to do unless the women is balling, and that's very seldom.
Well, you're right, Misty. Studies show only 5 to 10% of couples
Misty,
sign prenups.
Can I say
I'm
this?
kind of
If I have to
Sign
go,
them.
it's not
Yeah,
even
yeah.
that.
Okay.
I
If
don't
I have to
just
go-
suck
if
dick
I
for a
have to
living.
go- If I have to go on a game show, I'm taking you. That we just did it. We became a team right now.
All right, the further
Price is
discussion
Right.
point. The further discussion point is that would you consider that insulting if a guy asked you, or if a woman you were dating said, "Hey, Suave, I need you to sign a prenup,"
Absolutely. Because I don't have a lot of money.
and I'm getting mine.
Right, I need that. I mean,
yes.
yeah. If we gonna be together, it's for not for the money
Yeah.
reasons. at all.
But if I'm rich and he's not, then yes, I'm going to want him to sign a prenup.
Oh,
That's so double
see,
standard.
That's
It
super
is.
double
So
standard.
we're
But
gonna-
you guys do it all the time. We're talking about men and women again, right?
It's true. It's true. Anyway, you can get your own version of the MaD Love Game by logging on to www.marlandave.com. Check out the MaD merch. It's sitting right there. Get your copy. Play at home. You will have fun. Back to the show.
David is a thinker.
I never do anything without thinking about it first.
Marla is a feeler.
I basically wear my personality on my sleeve.
But when Marla and Dave get together, it's like a match dancing with a firecracker. This is the Marla and Dave radio show on the Universal Broadcast Network.
Marla's going to hit us up with those poll questions.
All right.
while I
Last
look
week the
up
poll
answers.
question is astrology a science or a hoax? Your answer choices were it's a hoax, hashtag mystical magic, or it's science, hashtag scientifically sound. So, well, we had a renowned astrologer on last week, and she talked about the science of it, and it's less magic than you might suppose. Misty.
Well,
I'm a mythical character.
25% of those who actually answered the poll question said that they thought it was a hoax or mystical magic, and 75% said it's science and scientifically sound. I'm not sure if it could be science.
Because
You
some
know,
of those.
that's like saying is the
But
Bible
there's
scientific?
But more goes into it than you might expect. It's not just like, oh, the sun. Here's your
It's
sign.
science.
Right.
It's a lot of.
I would
it's-
love to have a conversation with this young lady.
You're going to. And matter
Oh.
of fact, you can, and she writes the column in Essence magazine.
Get out
Sonia
here.
Marie, who
Okay.
also had the hit from Waiting to Exhale. By the way, she's a poet.
Shut
She's
up.
there.
Didn't know it.
She's the truth.
He said and didn't know it.
Right.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
So the poll question for next week is: does watching pornography enhance or destroy the sexual health of a relationship? Your options are enhance, hashtag visual stimulation, or destroy, hashtag 2 is company, 3 is a crowd. What? Okay, anyway, we're going to get back to the show.
Can you handle the truth? This is modern American dialogue in a mad world from two unique, fresh, transparent perspectives. This is the Marla and Dave radio show.
Let me just say that this day, it almost makes me mad. This is one of those shows that needs to be like 3 hours.
Yeah, we're going to need a part 1 and 2.
We're gonna have
probably.
to have you guys back
Probably.
on. For real. Seriously.
All right,
On a
cool.
serious note. It's a lot of fun. I can't tell you, who Dave's about to hit the road, so we're gonna have a lot of really cool
Guest
co-hosting.
guest
yeah, I'll
co-host.
co-host.
Guests.
Is that what you want?
Hey, I'll bring you
I already
both in.
told
Yeah,
my co-host,
Suave said that.
I asked first, though.
You guys,
Y'all can take turns.
No, I won't be.
What-
I'll be
no.
a horrible. I won't make it on time. First of all. So.
well,
We-
now
That is a
we will
problem,
have to
Misty.
work on
That
that.
is
We're
a
not gonna
problem.
be a good co-host.
Thanks for keeping it
And,
real.
and you
You're
might not
welcome.
have 2 bodyguards
I
next
won't
time
fight.
to bring
I won't
you
fight
in.
with you over the job because I will be a horrible co-host.
Well, right before we only have a
And
little
she
bit of
lives 10
time
minutes
left.
away.
Oh, 10 minutes away, really? Oh, that's
But you look
embarrassing,
beautiful,
Misty.
so I see what the deal was. I got you.
Suave, you were about to tell us. You said you've seen some
That's
shit.
what I want to know.
I've
The
literally
worst thing
some
you've
shit.
seen.
I mean, I've done anal scenes with girls, and
Oh, so you do anal.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Pause.
He puts it
Pause.
in there.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You're willing to do it.
He said, Paul.
This just in. Suave Triple X is going to.
Breaking news.
No, so
No.
you will agree to
I mean, that's
have
part of-
have
yeah.
anal sex with
I
with
think
her.
I don't know if there's any guys that say that
They'll say,
I'm
"No,
not
I'm
gonna
not
do
gonna do
anal
anal."
sex. Yeah. We penetrate the girls anally, and we don't get paid no extras.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Do
but
you
yeah,
prefer
But
one
you
or
were
the
saying
other?
the worst thing that you've seen in that circumstance.
the worst
period.
thing was period that's common. So the anal thing, I was doing a scene with the girl, and she ate something, and she like coughed or sneezed or some shit.
Oh my God, no.
And we needed a towel, clean up on out. Yeah, it
Are you
was.
guys okay? Are you
it was
guys?
all
Wait,
right.
that
okay?
sneeze
You okay?
expelled onto you?
On
Where
to,
did it go?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's squirt. She had a reverse squirt.
That part.
That should have been
part.
Pepto.
It was
yeah.
a shitty deal.
That was
brown
called
squirt.
backlash.
Shitty deal.
That was backdraft.
Now, as far as the other thing you were saying, period. When girls are on their period, they used to take makeup sponges and just put like 3 sponges in them.
I only need one.
Is that safe?
Well, the way that you do it, you put.
And you tell the guy don't
I'm
go
gonna
deep.
tell all the girls the proper way to do it because a lot of girls do it the wrong way and they just stick
tell
fucking
us.
sponges up in their fucking pussy and that's not how you do it.
can't get 'em
You
out.
fucking clean it with some hot water.
Right.
Take a makeup sponge, clean it with hot water and soap, real good. Rinse it back off with the hot water so all the soap gets out of it. Put KY jelly all over it so it's all nice and soaked up. Pop that fucker in your pussy, but please make sure you dish your pussy before you do it. Pop that fucker in your pussy, and oh my goodness, you can have sex for about 4 hours.
Wow.
Well,
Write that down,
Wow.
Marla.
But please take it out after.
Hello.
Please take it out
28
after 4
years
hours.
of marriage, I am not sponging.
I told you, honey. I told you.
Sponging, I am not.
So, Misty, what's the worst thing you've seen?
Yeah, you know, I think the bat thing was the worst because the end of it, the girl was like crying, and just the part when we really abuse the girls is the part that it's the bad, the worst
worst.
for me. Yeah, she came into the bathroom and she was crying.
No, was it her idea or was it
No,
the
no,
producer's
she's-
idea?
It
to-
was the producer's idea. You know, they just come with toys, and then they come with a bigger thing of toys, and then they come with an even bigger box of toys. It's like first they start off really little and try to
See
get
how
you
see
in
what
it.
you'll see what you'll go. how-
Yeah,
where
and
you'll
then
go.
they come with like these monster things. It's just
And she couldn't say no.
she's a trooper.
You can always say no.
She's a trooper. So she came in the bathroom with me, and I guess she felt comfortable with me. So she locked me in the bathroom with her, and she just started bawling and crying. And I just consoled her and took care of her. Because I'm the old fucking dog. I take care of her. It's all gonna be okay.
So can you? So you can say no. So have either of you? It would be less for you, but Suave, have you ever gone into an oral situation and you get your? This is another question. Once somebody asked me to ask earlier.
I've went down, smelled something, and came right back up.
Oh yeah, we don't play that.
Yeah, came
you
right
got to
back
be
up.
right. This is an industry you do not show
pride
up on.
ourselves
If
in that,
you
yeah.
are sick, don't you bring your ass to set.
Yeah.
You stay home that week
so that's
or
part of the
2
whole.
weeks.
Yeah, if there's an
Or as
odor-
long as it takes.
As long as it takes. You don't show up to set like that.
If
That's
there's
just
an odor, I'm not going down there. And if I can't eat it, I ain't gonna stick
yeah.
it.
And then you pull the producer to the side. You don't say it to the young lady or the
Yeah,
young man.
exactly.
You pull the
Just
producer
tell
to the
her
side, let them
She
know.
needs to freshen up.
And they'll put her in the tub or they'll do the scene in the water
They
for
bathe
you.
you. This sounds like
Yeah, they'll do
this
something
sounds like a
So
resort
now,
trip.
Misty, we asked
Diana
Suave-
put a bitch in a tub.
You get to go to the
Right.
spa.
Sometimes
Oh
it
my
takes-
God! Oh my God!
Sometimes it.
So Misty, we asked Suave earlier. Would he want any of his children to actually be in the industry? He said no. If you had a young person come to you and said, "I want to be in the industry," would that be something that you say, "Yeah, you should go ahead and do it"? Matter of fact, I'll be your mentor.
I do mentor young ladies in the industry.
She certainly does.
And how's your? By the way, I didn't get to because you came in a little bit late.
Yeah.
How did your? And I just have to ask this: was porn
got 2 minutes
a
left.
problem for your family?
No.
Okay. So,
Crazy but true. No, they've always been very supportive.
Okay.
And that's just how it is.
Okay.
But I've had a different type of life, so my family understands.
What does that mean, right quick? If you can't get into it,
Yeah, it's just a different type of life. The family knows that is the life that we were given. So it is what it is.
Okay.
It is what it is.
All right.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, it's been awesome. No joke. I really do feel like, as usual, we don't have enough time. You know, when we first started our show, it was an hour, and then everybody came on. And they were like, "This is ridiculous. It's not enough time."
dang, I have one last question before we start giving some shout outs
I
and
was
let
gonna
you
tell
people
y'all
know how to
I
find
had
you.
a fight on set before.
You had a fight?
But yeah, we don't have time for that. But
With
go
your-
ahead.
Did you
with the
fight
person
naked?
that
Did
you
you
were-
fight naked? Were you nude when you
Yeah,
fought?
basically. Yeah.
So you had a fist fight with your penis just
Well, it
all
didn't-
over the place.
That's hilarious.
It didn't. I mean, we was trying to get at each other, but somebody was blocking. But yeah, we got into a fight. He was mad because I went first. 'Cause it was a gangbang, and I'm not going behind motherfuckers. I'm not.
He mad because I went first.
I just threw my
Right
papers
quick.
away.
Right quick.
She dropped
This is
the
a
mic.
first on the
Marla
Marla
dropped
Day
the
show.
mic.
I had
Right
to
quick,
drop
we
it.
talked to Suave. He said he was raised Seventh-day Adventist. How does your spirituality fit into, or do you have any spirituality as a performer?
You talking about?
But either way, quick.
I do believe in God. I don't go to church very often because it messes with my mind and my soul, and I just get so caught up in crying all the daggone time. So I just make sure that I have a relationship with Him and I talk to Him personally. But I feel like It doesn't mess with me. I don't know. It's so deep to go into that. It just doesn't. I accept it for what it is, and I love me for who I am, and I feel like Jesus loves porn stars too.
Oh, he does.
And
he loves people.
You damn right.
Damn right.
We have shirts that say that too.
Yeah.
Oh,
We do.
Wow.
Jesus loves porn stars too. So that's just how I feel.
All right, Suave, right quick.
Oh, me, I'm spiritually balanced. I'm cool. Like, you know, I was raised Seventh-day Adventist. My dad's Catholic. My mom's Baptist. My ex-wife, non-denomination. So
You were married?
to their mother, yeah.
All right, the book is called How I Became the Gangster of Porn. Suave
And where can they
XXX, our
find you?
guest.
Misty Stone 420, is that the best?
Yes, that's my Instagram at Misty Stone 420. Also, I have a Twitter at Misty Stone XXX. That's MISTYSTONEXXX. You can also check me out at Verified Call to listen to sex over the phone and hear how it sounds over the phone, because I do phone sex. And go to fleshlight.com and get my 3 orifices. And if you are feeling extremely naughty, I got this new doll coming out. We're doing pre-orders. Go to 1amdollusa.com.
All right, awesome.
Suave.
Suave XXX.
XXX. You catch me on Amazon.com. Buy my book. That's what I want you to do. But,
That's what's up.
you know what I mean?
How I Became
That's
the
it.
Gangster of Porn. You guys have been
That's
great
right.
guests.
Thank
We'll have
you,
to do it again.
Yeah.
Thank
Let's
you.
Let's
Thank
do it.
See you guys next week.
Bye.
Yeah, peace.